What's up, everybody? Y'all tuning in with the fearless leader, Gerald Butler. How y'all doing today? So, you already know how I kick out these videos for real. They be practically freestyles for real. Because, sometimes it just be like the spirit in the moment. I don't never write this stuff down because, it just don't be worth it for real. I ain't trying to run no full show or nothing. I'm just literally trying to vent for real. Just venting to the world and about things that I know that they can relate to for real. So, here it is. The video today is about sacrifice. Sacrifice, man. I sacrifice so much. Like, I'm just always under pressure. Always, like, in a bottle just ready to explode. You feel me? Like, man, I think, like, that's what, like, makes me into a better business owner. A better person to be able to run the operations in so many different conditions. A little bit about my history. I've done 18 years in the security field. 18 years. Right now, I'm at work right now. Majority of my videos, I'm at work. You get what I'm saying? I just throw my body into going to work. And look, let me tell you about my week. My week that just passed. I did 12 hours one day. I did 16 hours. No, I did 18 hours the day before yesterday. 18 hours straight at work. And I'm doing 16 hours a day. You get what I'm saying? But every week, my weeks is like 65 hours. Every week. So, I'm crushing it, Like, when I go home, I live with my father. You feel me? So when I go home, he be like, where you been? I be like, work. I go home, go to sleep for 4 hours, leave back out. He be like, where you going? I be like, work. Hey, yo, it's just ridiculous because when I was growing up, my father, he always went to work too. You feel me? So he always go to work at like, but it always be like overnight for real. So it'd be like, I guess 11 to 7 or something like that. But then again, I wouldn't never see him in the daytime though. So it'll probably be like, no, I would say some nights it was 11 to 7. Because we would always have to wake him up at 10 o'clock. Like, my mom, she set alarms to wake him up at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, we had to go downstairs and yell downstairs, Daddy, wake up. You got to go to work. And he worked there for 33 years. He retired for real. And he retired like a couple years ago. Probably like 3-4 years ago. And, I'm sorry, I just got stuck down memory lane because my mom just died in 2018. That was 4 years ago. But yeah, my father, he doing good, He living a good retired life, you know what I mean? He got his retirement and I guess Social Security. And sometimes he works for my trash removal company, so definitely, it's crazy because when I was young, I didn't understand it, because, your parents, when I was coming up, your parents always blocked you from the grown folk business. You feel me? They said children is meant to be seen and not heard. You get what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, not knowing what's going on in the real world, you're blindfolded until you turn 18. Or, you get to see little lines of the veil while you're a teenager, you feel me? Because you're growing into your experience and stuff and things of that nature. But you don't fully see what the world is really like until you're 18. Or, between 18 and 21. I say that because they say that women mature before boys. And, women mature at 18 and boys sometimes it take them to be 21. So, and I would say that maturity is one of the things that contributes to your experience, and your experience contributes to your understanding. So, immature mindset wouldn't have the tolerance to try to understand something. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going at with that. But as far as damn, we 5 minutes in. I've been talking for 5 minutes. But as far as sacrifice, cause I know I just darted off on the subject of sacrifice, but basically my father been sacrificing his whole like, yeah, like, look, he done sacrificed a lot. You feel me? Like, he was supposed to take me to certain baseball games. He sacrificed me. That's what it was. He sacrificed my pleasure to provide for his family. He has 6 kids. I'm the oldest. I grew up with, some issues because my dad wasn't there. You feel me? Like, I wanted him to take me to baseball games. He would say, yeah, we're going to do this and do that, and never fall through because he went to work, because he had to pay the bills, because he had kids. Like, come on now. Like, I expected my father to do so much for me, and he didn't. He didn't. He couldn't. He had to sacrifice his time with spending time with his kids to go to work and keep everything afloat. And because I'm mature now, I respect him for that. I respect him for that. Because look at me. I got 3 kids. You feel me? And I don't get to spend as much time as I want. But guess what? The difference between me and my father is I break my neck to spend time with my kids. I don't just let the job prevent me from seeing my kids. Plus, I'm a business owner. I'm a multiple business owner. So I put my kids to work. You feel me? Like, my kids work for my company. They get paid from my companies. You understand that? That's the difference. I love my father. I respect my father. He did the best he could during his time, during his era. This new era, I'm going to bust my ass. I'm going to make this money. I'm going to take care of my kids. But guess what? My kids going to bust their ass. They going to pay for stuff that they want to pay for. They still going to call dad. You already know. They still going to call me and be like, hey, dad, we need some money for this, or we need some money for that. But when I leave this earth, they going to know how to make their own money. They going to know how to run their own businesses. They going to know how to brand their children to do the things, we trying to correct, the past. You get what I'm saying? And the past was, go to work, spend all your time at work, and, take care of your bills, take care of your family and all that stuff. We just making additions to it. You feel me? My father, he didn't spend enough time with the children, and, that's why we turned out the way that we turned out. But guess what? I'm spending time with my kids. I'm teaching them the things that I never learned. You get what I'm saying? And I'm fixing a generational curse, and I'm making it into generational wealth. You understand what I'm saying? And, my kids, they enjoy their lives. They loving it, I ask my kids all the time, what's missing that could make our lives better? And you know why I ask them that? Because whatever's missing, if I have the power to bring it to the threshold, I will. You get what I'm saying? Even right now, I'm at work. My kids, I pay for all their phone bills. I got like 5 phone bills that I pay on my account, right? And these kids don't call me. You feel me? They only call me when they want something. You feel me? And my son, Brandon, he don't even call me. He just send me a cash app. Like, requests, dad, my allowance. My nephew Jamel calls me more than my children. However, like, my nephew Jamel, he's older than them. He's not, he's more mature than them. So, Jamel, I might as well take him underneath my wing. You feel me? And just, he asked me a lot of questions about business and finance and stuff like that. And when I'm done with Jamel gonna be, he gonna be the man. You dig? But we 10 minutes in on this video for real. I ain't never really gonna be the one to do super long videos. I mean, today's video is about sacrifice. I basically shared with you a lot of my history, and understanding what sacrifice was, and a lot of my information as far as my children and my nephews and stuff like that, and just sacrifice all in all for real. It's a good thing. Sacrifice is it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's only bad when you need pleasure. You feel me? But, you know, you can't have pleasure all the time. There has to be sacrifice. You feel me? And, you know, without sacrifice, you know, we wouldn't know we would never be great. We would never be greater or improve in anything that we do. You feel what I'm saying? So there's no room for growth without sacrifice. You understand? And I just made a post on Facebook earlier about freedom. Because a lot of people talk about, they want freedom, but they don't even know what freedom is. You feel me? And freedom and sacrifice actually coincide. You feel me? Because without sacrifice, there is no freedom. You feel me? Freedom is a state of mind. You feel me? And through that state of mind, you feel me? Freedom, it's like bondage. You feel me? And bondage is like sacrifice. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're you're just held down, so much pressure. And once you get that freedom, it's a state of pleasure. You feel me? So, once you have that pleasure, it's just, look, I could break this stuff down deeper than that. It's the release of dopamine in your brain. Dopamine is a fluid. And when you have pressure, it kind of when you have pleasure, your brain releases dopamine. Without the pleasure, there's pressure. There's no dopamine. You understand? But every time we do something, there's a release of dopamine. And that dopamine makes us feel good. So, euphoria, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, it's just, it's too much to talk about. It's 13 minutes already. Like I said, I don't like doing long videos, but I do got a video on dopamine. Just look for me, Gerald Butler. It may not say the fearless leader, but I am him. And just tune in for the next video for real. Enjoy your day. I'm glad I could enlighten some folk, because you already know there's a lot of people running around with limited information, and we need to expand our networks. So thanks for tuning in with the fearless leader, Gerald Butler. Peace.